All right. That was Red Tail Ring, a song called Sugar Wine, off of one of their most recent release. That album is called Middle West Chant. I'm fortunate enough to be joined by Red Tail Ring right now as we speak. They are joining me live in the studio. Happy to have them here. Hello, guys.
Hey.
Hey. Thanks for having us.
All right, let's, I want to introduce you. Michael Beauchamp, is that right?
Yeah, 100%.
All right, and then Laurel Primo,
Yes, sir.
the slayer of all things.
So dubbed.
That's so dubbed, that's right. I like it. We were coming up with, have you always had that title, or did you just make that up on the spot as we were
Couple
talking?
years now.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it's a good wrestling name, too, if you ever wanted to go into that. So,
Gotta have a backup plan.
right on. You guys are from Kalamazoo, and you
That's
are
right.
here in Portsmouth right now as we see you performing tonight up in Arundel.
That's
at a
right.
house concert. But you were kind enough to stop by and be our guest, so thank you.
Yeah,
It's great to have you here.
glad to be here.
I got to say that I got the, I guess I discovered you by just seeing that you were playing up in Arundel, which is a couple miles from my house. So then I reached out, and you sent me the 2 new albums, Middle West Chant and Mountain Shout. And absolutely fantastic disc, by the way.
Thanks.
You should be very proud. And I just love this stuff. It was just great. I was like, man, how come I haven't heard of you guys before? And I know you guys haven't been together for that long, but you got together around...
Yeah, we've been together for 3 years now.
Mhm.
I think we just had our 3-year musical anniversary.
All right.
Yeah.
Still going strong.
Still going
Yeah.
strong.
So in 3 years, you released an album before these 2. Is that correct? Or is it an EP? Or
Yeah,
is
a
it
Yeah.
little EP.
Yep,
Yeah.
kind of a taste.
just a taste?
Yeah.
Okay. But then you decided to put out 2 albums at once.
Yeah, why
which
did
is
we do
ambitious,
that? That
very
was-
ambitious.
What were we?
Get them all out right now before you break up, that type of thing, before you get slayed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just so the anthology is more robust. I
That's
think
right.
That's,
right
yeah.
on. I like a person that thinks ahead. That's awesome. Well, I tell you what we'll do. We'll do something live, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about both the discs and anything else you want to talk about. How's that?
Great. That sounds
All
great.
right. All right.
Well,
So what do you want to do?
we're gonna do a tune that's not on either one of those albums.
Okay, awesome.
It's a song that I wrote before Red Tail Ring that we've kind of folded into our repertoire. It's called Sweet on You. It deals with the travails of first love and then the quick turnaround to second love.
It's a fun 2-step.
Yeah. Eating strawberries in an old canoe. There were fresh mountain flowers that was sweet on you. Well, you knew that was sweet on you. My best friend, my family too, they all told me I was sweet on you. They all knew I was sweet on you. Got a pain in my side, dear, the other side too. I'm falling into my knees from running after you. Well, you knew it was sweet on you. Yeah, I'm running by a mile, dear. Yeah, I'm running by 2. Your sister told me yesterday. She said we were through. Guess I'll go visit someone else. Forget about you. fine rich chocolates, red candy canes too. In the whole wide world, dear, I'm with someone new. 'Cause I'm sweet on some pretty blue eyes. She's sweet on me too. She outruns me by a mile, dear. She outruns me by two. And she sits and waits for me to catch up to. That's what love is, baby. Someone to wait for you.
Well, that was fantastic. Thank you so much. That was Red Tail Ring live in the WSCA studios. That was very cool. Very cool indeed. And so far you haven't let me down, so that's good. 'Cause I was very excited about you guys coming.
Did we get fewer songs? Like if that one really...
If that one stunk, yeah, I would have said, you know
Kick
what,
me out early.
we may cut the last one out, but
Gorka's going to come back.
that was actually fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I wanted to give everyone at home, well, the time right now is about 12 minutes past the hour of 4 o'clock, and you're listening to WSCA LP, Portsmouth Community Radio. We're live in the studio with Red Tail Ring. And I do want to give everyone just sort of a little background, about you. You guys said you've been together for about 3 years now, and so if we can, you're from Kalamazoo. You have been out this way before. You have played in Maine, or have you played in New Hampshire, other than right now?
I don't know. Yeah. I think one other time, perhaps, maybe a couple years ago. Yeah. But not very often.
All right. So, well, just tell me about the, how you guys got together, how you, the whole sort of bio background type of thing, if you don't mind. Just
well, we both played music. We've both been playing music for a little while, a couple years, kind of as solo acts. We both have. Laurel has a couple solo albums to her name, and I have one that I really like, and we kind of just met playing music. We just saw each other on the kind of Michigan festival circuit a lot of times, and didn't get to play music together for a long time, and then we finally did, and then we just kept playing music together.
So what brought that about? What happened? What was the
one fateful night?
A fateful night.
We got to
As
play
traveling musicians, we sleep
on couches. We
on
sleep
couches everywhere. Michael was sleeping on the couch in my house via some other friend who was living with me.
Right.
So we picked a tune, and it felt great.
right on?
Yeah, Laurel had to get to some opening. There was like a gallery opening or something that she was needed at. So we had time for like a tune and a half. And then
That was enough.
that was enough. Yeah.
Played a tune, a half a tune, and then it's just, all right.
Yeah,
I
and then
gotta-
it just like stuck in my brain. I
right
was
on.
like, gotta get back there.
Nice.
So
Well, it sounds like it's worked out very well. From listening to these two albums, anyway. I know, like you said, you put out the EP earlier than that.
Yeah.
But tell me about these two albums, and we alluded to the fact that you put two out at the same time, which seems pretty ambitious.
Yeah.
So tell me why.
well, there's form in there somewhere. There's a reason. One of the albums is all traditional. It's all public domain songs that we've come across over the years. Some that we knew for quite a long time, and then some we kind of researched a little bit to record them. So one is all public domain, and then the other album is all original songs, and so we just had a lot of material that we wanted to get out, and it just came time where we knew we were ready to record, and it just felt right to kind of release them, to record them at the same time. We recorded the originals album, and then a month later went into the studio and recorded the second album, the traditionals album. And then we released them on the same day last year. So to us, they're two separate albums, and you can definitely get them like one or the other.
Right. You don't have to listen to them both to
Yeah.
get the whole feel. But I get what you're saying.
You should.
Our live shows are made from a combination of those two roots. Songs that we write that might sound like older tunes, and older tunes that we fiddle around with that might sound newer now.
Right. So to us, it's kind of like one big album.
Right. So it's like a double album released in two separate forms. And
Yeah, but you can't have a double album for your first album. That would just be too gaudy. So.
Yeah, right. That would just be...
We thought about it.
Yeah, did you?
It was
That
on
would have
the
been
table.
cool. Did anyone question you when you said, we're not going to have a double album, but we're just going to put out two albums at once?
No, I don't know.
No?
Maybe
No,
double
everyone's-
album is kind of like has gone by the wayside.
Yeah, that may be, actually. I'm
Don't
not
see
sure.
too many of them anymore.
Like Frampton Comes Alive type of thing, but
Right.
yeah. Do you know who Frampton is? No.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, 76, man.
Right
I'm all over that. Yeah.
That's good. I always wonder when younger folks come in. Not that
Yeah.
I'm that old, but I was around at
We were
76.
actually going to play Do You Feel Like We Do right
Nice,
now. Yeah.
nice. All right, we'll go to that one next. I love that. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's do another live thing, and then come back and we'll maybe dig into each album separately, if you don't mind, just to talk,
Sure.
or whatever you want to talk about, really. It's your hour.
That sounds great.
We're just glad you're here.
No, it's your party, man.
This next tune is one that Michael wrote. Kind of mulling over and thinking over this traveling and kind of the lifestyle of traveling that we have taken. So he shares some nice thoughts within the lyric.
Take my truck and pack it up. Write you a letter from time to time. I'm gonna carry all those secrets I got across the state line. Grass seed is caught in the wind. Billboards are searching for my eyes, and it ain't very hard to see it's a waste of time. Well, the road is my skyway, falling up where I lay. Well, the road is my skyway, falling up, falling up, falling up where I lay. close at hand. Cloud to call out and cry. Well, I am what I am. Are you surprised? Sweet me now, sweet me up. Nickel and dime me into your teacup. Have the road greet me like a little pup. Well, the road is my skyway, falling up where I lay. Well, the road is my skyway, falling up, falling up, falling up where I lay.
That's absolutely fantastic. Wow. Good stuff, man. Red Tail Ring live in the WSCA studios. Very nice. Very nice indeed. That was
Thank
real good. We've got new fans here at WSCA, let me tell you.
Thanks.
Red Tail Ring has 2 new albums out. One's called Middle West Chant and one's called Mountain Shout. Middle West Chant is all originals, and Mountain Shout is all covers of traditional songs. I'm trying to figure out where to start with. How about if we start with Mountain Shout, and just tell me about how you came to find some of these songs. What was it about the certain songs that you grabbed and recorded, and just how you came to the sort of traditional mountain music genre in particular, being from 2 kids from Kalamazoo.
Yeah. Yeah, well, obviously we live in Michigan, so Appalachia is not next door.
Right.
And so...
We don't pretend that it is.
Right.
Yeah, and I think, going back to the title of the Originals album, I think we really own that, the Middle West chant. We want to claim the Midwest for sure. But we both kind of had different routes, I think, to traditional music.
I grew up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, where there's a large Finnish music community, too. And my parents introduced me to a lot of different traditional musics. And for a long time I was passionate about other countries other than ours musics. But a few years ago, I don't know what turned me on to it, but I started seeing the parts, the drive that I loved in these other worlds musics in traditional American music, Appalachian stuff. So I started kind of studying that then. How about you, Michael?
Well, when I was a kid, I was just a hack electric guitar player, just really awful, and I was in bands, that kind of thing. And when I was in college, some friends of mine kind of had like a song club. Like we'd get together and learn a song, And sometimes it would be, kind of new artists like Bonnie Prince Billy, or, we do like a Springsteen song or something like that, if he can still be a new artist. But then sometimes we'd do like Darling Corey. People would just bring whatever songs that they had that they wanted to learn and play in the ensemble. And so finally, after a while, we had enough songs to where we could play live, and we were called the Supper Time Boys. And basically our whole goal was to play during meal times at our dorm. And we attained that several times. So it's good.
So you had to put the electric guitar away in order to play at supper. Good.
Yeah, exactly. And that's in that band. I mean, it's very meager beginnings of just trying to get through a song. But I learned how to play mandolin and banjo a little bit, and that was kind of the spark that led me to a lot of other traditional music, and led me to go kind of further back.
Right. I love the discovery process of finding traditional music and sort of relating to it, and just really that I always call it those wow moments where you discover something maybe you hadn't heard before, or a completely new sound. And I love the Appalachian sound, and I love the sort of the spirit that's brought to it. And I think you capture it really well in both of these albums, Midwest Chant, because they still have the traditional sound, even though you're claiming the sort of Middle West. It has that a great spirit. I think you guys really capture it very well.
Yeah, there's something just really honest. I think we both feel this way about just the simplicity of clawhammer banjo with fiddle. They just really fit together, and the style of clawhammer banjo really is the main thread, I think, through most of those albums. There's lots of clawhammer, and to me that's just the mountains, and it's a style.
So is that what, do you think the banjo was the sound that got you into this? Is that what drew you in? I'm looking for those wow moments, because there's something that generally there's that moment, unless it was someone just clapping over supper time that did it for you, but who knows what it is. But do you each of you have a particular wow moment where you go, oh, that's it right there? I
think for me it was a really like in that band, in that kind of very lazy band, it was just kind of about being together, as hokey as that sounds, but it was
that's cool. Yeah.
It was about singing together and just about what can be created really simply. I mean, you don't need that much. You just you learn the tune, and then you play the tune on acoustic instruments. You don't have to turn it up to 11, and nobody really needs to be around. It's pretty simple.
It was thinking about those ideas. It might have been similar for me that really made me think, hey, I'd like to sit in this music for a while. Just different research I was doing about the banjo or about Appalachian music was linking the songs or dance tunes back to really enabling community, such as Michael was saying.
I was going to say the community.
Helping people, process and exercise what they needed to get out or joy that they needed to get in. And that seemed like a real true place to be. Right on.
Was there any similarities to the Finnish music? I don't know if that's the right term, but
I think
about Bruce.
I went to Finland for a while to study their traditional fiddling, and there I saw a great American fiddler, Bruce Molsky, play.
Oh yeah,
and that
Bruce
might have been
great.
when I got turned back onto American
so that's
music.
that wild moment. Yeah. For sure.
But
Bruce is phenomenal.
He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm probably guilty of playing my Finnish music with a bit of American feel and my American music with a bit of Finnish feel. But they're definitely connected in good driving, backbeat fiddle.
Nice.
Yeah, both are really
modal
dance-oriented. So I think that's a thread, through lots of different tunes. You get all these people, old-time folks really just love to sit for like 3-4 hours and just play tunes. And we went over to Denmark last year, and we're doing some playing over there, and it was kind of the similar feel. People sat for hours and played tunes, and it's all dance music, and it all has its own flavor, but the thread is really just people dancing to it, and people smiling really big.
Nice. That's great. It reminds me of Ireland in a bit. You know, that whole community where everyone comes together and just grabs an instrument and just plays.
Yeah.
So that sounds like fun. Well, I'm glad you're bringing your style to the tradition and vice versa. Time right now is 4:31. We're live in the studio with Red Tail Ring. They have 2 new albums out, as we just said. Middle West Chant and Mountain Shout is the name of the 2 discs. If you want to learn more about these guys, you can go to their website, which is redtailring.com. They're performing tonight up in Arundel. Now, this is a house concert. Now, is this open? Like, if anyone's listening now, could they try to find the place? I mean, you know where it is. It's not the easiest place to find. It's not that hard to find, but
it's easy to miss.
It's easy to miss because you just drive by, you know. And but it's right there.
Yeah.
But is this an open thing? Is it invite only?
It is an open thing. Although my sister, who lives in Portsmouth, just accused me of us not having the address available online. So
there's a contact available on our website if you'd like to go.
All right, there you go. Redtailring.com. Check that out. And then you're playing up in, is it Brunswick? Is that where the Frontier is?
That's right.
You're playing at the Frontier with Putnam Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Putnam Smith, good friend of WSCA.
The famous
Putnam Smith. He's a great guy. I just love his. He is well, first of all, a fantastic human being, which I really love.
Yeah.
And he can pick the banjo a bit.
Slay.
Well.
Yeah, he's a slayer.
He's a slayer, right? One of the clan. Why don't we do another live thing, if you don't mind?
Yeah. We haven't played any clawhammer banjo yet, which is super. It makes me nervous. So I'll get into that now. This is a new tune that we wrote this spring called "The Heart's Swift Foot."
Soul, the whole life over. The heart is wild and may traverse many a home. To love so full that one can hear beating in his ears of a lover's heart and the heart's swift foot. Both run from here. Can a limit be found? And we'll continue to love so full that chest will burst from what it has bound. Soul, the whole life over. The heart is wild and may traverse many a home.
Beautiful. Red Tail Ring live in the WSCA studios. Absolutely fantastic. Very nice indeed. Let's talk about your writing process and how you come to write some of your original stuff. Because I know digging back and you got some really old traditional songs on your on the Mountain Shout album, and all the we played Sugar Wine to start off the show, which I think is a fantastic song. All the songs off of Middle West Chant are fantastic. I just wanted to sort of get your sort of your process down on how you approach original things and what your attitude is. Do you try to, well, I don't know, talk about that a little bit. I don't know if that's a good question because I just screwed it up. What was the question?
Yeah, no, what were you hinting at the very last there? Do we try to?
Well, it's just you have a certain sound in which is seemed rooted in that tradition. Yeah. When you're writing lyrically and musically, do you delve into that or do you try to expand it a bit? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How? I don't know if that's. I'm not.
Yeah,
really,
I get what you're saying.
Okay. Thanks.
We do a little bit of everything, I think.
Yeah, we. I think for us, we really like traditional music sometimes as a jumping off point. There's certain forms of songs that are. There are a lot of the kind of lovers conversation type of songs, and so sometimes we will try to explore that kind of form,
themes, or sounds,
and but then it's for us it's a jumping off point, so it's really fun to explore, but also we write all kinds of music, and we write some music that we just say like, I don't think that's like a Red Tail Ring song, and so it just gets discarded or it goes someplace else, or we try a different arrangement. Sometimes it's the arrangement.
So is it usually musically speaking that it's not a Red Tail Ring song, or is it lyrically speaking?
The rule is when it sounds too poppy.
Yeah, I think
we throw it out the window.
If you'd play it on the radio, no way.
If people would like it.
Yeah, then it's not a Red Tail Ring song.
If it's not weird enough.
Yeah.
If people like it, it's not us, right? I gotcha. Yeah, I love your marketing strategy. It's going to work out well for you.
No, we're going to go far, I know. We got here.
A triple album of songs no one likes.
Yeah.
That's what you should put out next. That's perfect.
It's worked for others. But, yeah, so I think for us it's just really fun to write in a bunch of different ways. We'll get together and write, and we'll kind of word parse something, and that can be really difficult, and so it doesn't work for every song, but it's a fun process, and the more we do it, the more natural it seems.
Right. There's a story aspect to traditional. There's the story is up front for most of it, and there's a high death count in both of these albums.
Lots of people are either wronged or killed.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
It's we played a wedding the other day, and it's just.
So you had to cut all your death songs.
Yeah,
and, you had that one song.
Maybe 3/4 of our repertoire is just completely out the window. I mean, we have to cover songs.
What we appreciate about the old songs that have remained, the ones that are popular, so they stick around, is that they're not just easy love songs. So I think in our personal writing, we've tried to cut a little bit of that out too.
Right.
It seems like it's the easiest thing to write. I don't know why. That's the thing that kind of comes out when you're sitting with the guitar. Just a light love song. So we've been trying to embody writing more and interesting stories that people would enjoy to hear, or that we feel are important to share.
Right. Well, I think you've done it in both of these albums. Well, one of them you wrote, so you did it with that, and of course the other songs are all great story songs as well.
Yeah, we wish we had written those songs.
Let's call it a curation.
Well, you'd have to be 200 years old on some of those songs.
I know. You never know.
But so maybe in 200 years, someone will look back and hear this Middle West chant and say, "Oh yeah, that's the old time music." I got to redo some of my my levels here.
Well, this next song, do you want us to play another tune here?
Yeah, it'd be great. What time is it?
We'll play an old-timey one.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about it so much.
This is one that's considered an international ballad, meaning it has a bunch of different antecedents, and it's in this country, it's, an Appalachian tune, but before that it was, an Irish tune, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of filtered down, and it's called I've Always Been a Rambler. We kind of learned it from the New Lost City Ramblers, great revivalist group from the early 60s.
Wow.
And then we're going to put on a fiddle tune at the end called John Brown's Dream. So you can all ponder that.
Yeah, we might be doing a little bit of a dance set at the end of the house concert tonight. So maybe this will get us in the mood.
Yeah.
Take it away, Bedford.
Countrywide, he had one handsome daughter on who I cast my eye. She was so tall and handsome, so pretty and so fair. There ain't one girl in this wide world with her I could compare. So I've asked her, made any difference if I walked over that plain? She said it made no difference till you return again. She said that she'd prove true to me until I proved unkind. So I shook hands and parted and left that girl behind. So I left old North Carolina to marry and I did go. Went on to Johnson City, gonna see this wide world roll. With a working money I'll plentiful, the women treat me kind. The only object of my heart was the girl I left behind. I rambled off one evening down on the public square. The miller just arriving when the postboy met me there. He handed me a letter which gave me to understand. Girl, I left Carolina and married another man. Well, I read a few lines further till I learned that it was true. My heart was filled with tumult, I didn't know what to do. My heart was filled with tumult and tumult was on my mind. I'm going to drink and gamble for the one I left behind.
That was awesome. Nice job. Fantastic. Well, that'll get you dancing for sure. Red Tail Ring live in the WSCA studios. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you guys. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Taking the time on show day to stop by and share your music with us. Redtailring.com. And they're performing tonight up in Arundel at the Never Done Farm. And then you're where are you going after that?
Up to Brunswick tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You're going to
Frontier.
Brunswick, and then you're heading up to Vermont area.
Vermont.
Right on.
Yep.
So there you go. And well, it's been a pleasure.
Thanks for
It's been
having
my
us,
pleasure
Shawn.
having you. And if you're ever back in the area, feel free.
We'll storm
it's an
the castle.
Right on. It's an open-ended. Well, you do have the Slayer with you, so we will.
set.
We'll just surrender.
Takes one to know one.
All right, there you go. What I think I'm going to do then to close out this segment is go to a song off Mountain Shout, and I'm going to play a song called "The Blackest Crow." This is the last song on the disc, if I have it correctly. Hopefully that's the right CD player. We'll find out in 1 second that I have the right CD in there. All right. So, again, my guests for this past hour have been Red Tail Ring, redtailring.com if you want to learn more about them. You can go up to the show tonight. Go to the website if you want to learn more about where they're playing and how to get a hold of the places they're playing at. But just check out the new albums, Mountain Shout and Middle West Chant, both fantastic albums. If you like what you heard here today, you'll love that. So, the name of the song is called The Blackest Crow. You're listening to WSCALP, Portsmouth Community Radio, 106.1 FM.
As time draws near, my dearest dear.
That was awesome, guys. Holy crap.